Thursday, December 29th. You're watching The Big Story with me, Haryanto Diman. Subscribe to the Straits Times channel so you will not miss an episode. More than 100,000 people will be recognized for helping Singapore in the fight against COVID-19. The Prime Minister's office says special state awards will be given to individuals and teams in the public, private and people sectors. Among the medalists are 29 individuals who will receive the COVID-19 Medal of Valor. They are part of a group from Scoot, Raffles Medical and the Foreign Ministry, which led two rescue missions in early 2020 to bring home more than 200 Singaporeans and their families from Wuhan. The passengers had been stranded in the Chinese city at the epicenter of the COVID-19 outbreak at a time when very little was known about the virus.
We hope that by giving these awards, we can affirm the contributions and the sacrifices that these warriors have made in their contribution towards our efforts in battling COVID-19. And we also hope that through these awards, we can pay tribute to thousands more whom we may not know all of them, but they have each contributed in their own way to our effort in COVID-19.
Now here's what one of the medals looks like, posted by Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. Congratulating the individuals and teams, Mr. Lee says, quote, "Thank you for the hard work and sacrifices. As we now learn to live with COVID-19, let's continue supporting one another to see ourselves through the challenges ahead." Singapore has indeed come a long way since the early days of the pandemic. Changi Airport will finish 2022 as the top airport in Asia-Pacific, beating Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi Airport and Seoul's Incheon International Airport. As at mid-December, Changi's weekly passenger numbers had reached 75% of pre-COVID levels. And with all four terminals now reopened, the airport will be able to handle 70 million passengers a year. Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Lawrence Wong will be delivering Singapore's Budget 2023 in Parliament on February 14th. There will be live television and radio coverage of the budget statement. The full statement will also be published on the Singapore Budget website after delivery. Members of the public are invited to share their views and suggestions through Reach's Budget 2023 microsite or Reach's e-listening points. A former Ngee Ann Polytechnic senior lecturer who was seen in a viral video last year making racist remarks to an inter-ethnic couple has been sentenced to 5 weeks jail and a $6,000 fine. Tan Boon Lee had earlier pleaded guilty to 2 charges, one count of wounding an individual's racial feelings and another of possessing obscene films. 2 other charges were taken into consideration for his sentencing. Now, should you buy a house next year or wait? That's just one of the many questions ST readers are asking about what's in store for the property market in 2023. Given the uncertain global economic outlook and rising interest rate environment, what should buyers and sellers do? After 2 rounds of property cooling measures introduced in December 2021 and in September this year, one thing is clear. Transaction volumes in the public and private housing markets have fallen. Christine Sun, Senior Vice President for Research and Analytics at OrangeTee Tie, is here to weigh in on the factors at play in the property market. Christine, let's focus first on the HDB resale flats and private homes. Now, you're forecasting prices to rise by 5 to 8% in 2023, down from 9 to 11% this year. Why is that?
If we look at the private market first, prices of private homes are forecast to climb at a slightly slower pace, mainly because of a big supply of homes that will be entering the market. So next year, we're expecting about 11,000 new homes to be launched for sale and another more than 20,000 resale homes to be completed. So this increase in terms of housing supply may ease some of the price pressures that is facing the market, especially in the suburban and city fringe areas. So, however, we are not expecting a major price correction, mainly because of the strong employment that we are facing in Singapore. So many of the sellers, they have quite strong pricing power, so they may not see a need to drop prices excessively next year. So as of now, we are still expecting prices to grow, but in a very measured pace, mainly because housing affordability will still be a key concern for most buyers because of the rising inflation, rapidly changing interest rate, and of course, cost of living is rising as well. So because of that, we are expecting prices of private homes to grow at a slightly slower pace. For the HDB resale market, we are expecting the reversal, where there'll be much lesser supply that'll be entering the market, because the number of flats that'll be reaching MOP will dip by almost half. So this year we saw about 31,000 HDB flats that have reached their 5-year MOP, and for next year we're expecting about 15 over thousand flats to reach MOP. So the slower supply may be entering the market. However, we are not expecting prices to drop excessively. Again, many of the sellers, they have full employment, they have income growth. So because of that, we do not expect Singaporeans to drop prices too much next year for the HDB resale market. But that said, again, we are not expecting prices to rise too much, mainly because of the many of the prices in many areas are already reaching record highs. So we are already seeing some price resistance in the market. So next year, we expect prices for HDB resale flats to also grow by about 5 to 8%.
Christine, I'm looking to buy a place for myself next year. What sort of housing options should buyers like myself consider for next year?
Well, personally, I think that next year may be a good buying opportunity, because buyers can look forward to a bumper crop of more than 20,000 private homes that will be completed. So there'll be landed properties, condominiums, as well as executive condominiums that will be completed next year. So this will be the highest number of condos that will be reaching TOP in 7 years. And with half the completions in the outside of central region or the suburban area. So this may ease some of the supply crunch that is facing the market right now, and that has caused prices to rise steeply in the mass market segment. So for next year, at least I think price growth will slow down slightly, and buyers will have more options. For example, there'll be quite a few mega projects that will be completed, including projects like Treasure at Tampines and Florence Residences. For those people who are looking for homes in the city fringe, they will also have about 6,600 new homes to be completed to look forward to. So some of these projects that are still selling in the market right now are Revere. And for the luxury market, there'll be another 2,000 over units that will be completed. So some of the projects will include like Leedon Green, Copper at Newton, House on Handy, and so on. So these are new properties that will be completed soon. But for those people who are looking for brand new properties, there will be about 11,000 new homes that will be launched for sale, and there'll be about 45 projects to choose from. So some of these are actually quite large. For example, some projects like the Continuum or Lentor Hill Residences and so on, there are about 500 units or more. And some other notable projects that they can look forward to will be like the Botany at Dairy Farm, or there'll be some parcels, land parcels at Lentor as well, because we know that Lentor is an up and coming region. In the luxury segment, there will also be a few high profile projects that will be launching, and some of them will be in District 1 and 2. So that will include the redevelopment of AXA Towers, former Maxwell House, and Marina View Whiteside.
Let's talk about the rental market now. What is the outlook for the rental market, Christine? Do you see prices stabilizing in the next few months?
Yes, I think with supply coming into the market, especially for the private residential market, rents are projected to stabilize next year, mainly because rents already have very risen to record highs this year. And some of the people or some tenants are already feeling certain resistance towards further price or rents increase. So with that, there'll be more supply coming in and there'll be more intense competition for tenants. So this will help to rein in some of these runaway rental prices that we've seen this year. So however, I think these factors may still not be sufficient to cause rents to fall too excessively, mainly because landlords have the holding power, and as well as they are also facing rising costs of living. There'll be higher property taxes, and as well as increase in terms of mortgage payments as well. So the net effect may see rents rising maybe slightly slower at about 13 to 16%, because this year we are projecting rents to even increase up to 30% for the whole year. For the HDB rental market, we are expecting the demand to still be robust because there is the entry level of leasing units or people who are looking for affordable rents. So many of these people, like for example, employment pass holders, work pass holders, or even expats, they are expected to come into Singapore. And right now with the reopening of mainland China, so we're also expecting some of these people to come into Singapore to rent. So, and that will benefit both the private and HDB market. So for the HDB market, we are expecting rents to also rise at a slightly slower pace of between 15 to 18%. And for both markets, we are also expecting the leasing volume to dip slightly, although more people will be renting, but because the housing stock will continue to decline. One of the reasons could be because many of the tenants, instead of signing short leases of about 1 year, they are going for 2 years or 3 years to lock down the rents. So because of that, with time, we are expecting the rental stock to start declining as well. So that will have some impact on the total leasing volume that we're going to see for both markets.
Christine, thank you for your perspectives. Christine Sun, Senior Vice President for Research and Analytics at OrangeTee Tie. Those are our top stories today. Visit straitstimes.com for more news and our YouTube channel for more videos. Subscribe by clicking the red button below. I'm Haryanto Diman. Join us tomorrow for more stories on The Big Story.